and welcome.
That's not funny.
It is.
Oh, and the world's going crazy!
Stop, drop, and talk.
We've got no time for bullshit!
Stop, drop, and talk. With Ava, RJ, and B-Rock. It's Stop. Stop, drop, and talk.
I have nothing to say.
What is up, everybody? What is up? It's Friday. It's Friday night. It's Friday night. It's May 22nd, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I got it right today. Yay. He actually got the date right. I don't know what day it is. Either way, it's Friday night, and you know what that means. It's Stop, Drop, and Talk time. And with me is Stop, Drop, and Talk's cohort, B-Rock.
I am B-Rock. What's going on?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, it's Memorial Day weekend. I'm excited. How are you, Eva?
What's up, guys? I'm Eva Steele. I am broadcasting to you guys live right now from Wyoming, which is not normally what I do, but I'm all over the place. Nobody ever knows where I'm going to be. I don't even know where I'm going to be. So here I am in Gillette, Wyoming, broadcasting to you live. We have so many awesome things coming up tonight. We have Sully Erna of Godsmack joining us later. We're going to be on be sure to tune in to that. Hey, you guys, I heard that all 50 states in the country are opened up today. That's like the big headline. How do you guys feel about that?
That's kind of scary.
A little scary. I just hope everyone's still taking precaution and still staying at home as much as they possibly can.
Use condoms. We don't need a baby boom.
Use your condoms. That's right.
That is right. So speaking of things opening up, I heard
Speaking of condoms.
Speaking of condoms, I heard B-Rock went on a date.
I did. I went on a little hiking date yesterday. We didn't really obey by the social distancing, but I did something kind of juvenile. I kind of asked for a kiss on the cheek, and when she turned, I did the thing like that. But you know what? It worked, okay? So I'm sorry.
You did not.
I did. I totally did. Yeah.
That is so wrong.
I would have punched
I'm that awkward guy.
I would have punched you right in the fucking face.
I would have been like, what the hell?
That's why I'm not dating either of you.
I hear
You never will with that attitude.
I hear, RJ, you got some big news too.
I do. I am now broadcasting live in my new house. Woo! I don't live in a little 800 square foot shack anymore. We finally upgraded to a nice big old house over here in Nashville. And I am drinking some leftover champagne. And I have the spoon in there because I'm told that that's what you're supposed to do to keep it fresh. So I don't know if it's true, but
I've never heard that in my life. Let me know.
Put the spoon in there. I am celebrating my new house. It's been crazy, exciting, stressful, and a lot of work. It's been a lot of moving things back and forth.
Instead of put a fork in me, it's put a spoon in it.
Hey! That's
spoon
right. Spoon with me. It's been crazy. We went furniture shopping all over the place. But you know what's pretty cool? I was driving in my car to the furniture place. I got a couch. I'm in the living room. The couch is going to go here at some point, but it's not here. It's going to show up in like a month because everything's on back order because everyone's like online shopping like crazy. So we got a couch coming, but on my way to the furniture store, which was I think like the first week that they started opening things up. But I was listening to some music, and one of my favorite artists is this girl, Lennon Stella. Have you heard of her?
Yes, she's phenomenal. She was on Nashville.
That's right, she was on Nashville.
Sexy too. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, amazing! But I heard the song that she did, and as a songwriter, it's just such a crazy, unique take on lyrics. It's a song called "Golf on TV," and the main hook is some people. Well, so what she does is she compares difficult and high maintenance relationships to watching golf on TV. She doesn't, meaning that both things she just doesn't understand. I think the lyric is some people want to switch it up, just one love ain't enough, or some people gotta make it hurt, it's not real if he's putting you first. And then she says some people watch golf on TV and neither of those things make sense to me. So it's saying that she doesn't understand why relationships have to be difficult. She doesn't understand why people watch golf on TV, which I think brings us to our next segment, Some Fucks Given.
It is. It's time for Some Fucks Given.
Got many and others have none. We're all going crazy, so come and get one. It's Some Fucks Given.
That's right. We get to bleep out our song, but we don't bleep here. This is a late night show. But I have a question for you guys. just a little fuck that I might give a little bit is watching golf on TV. And B-Rock, you may disagree with me with this because I know you love Happy Gilmore. I know you got your putt-putt out in the backyard. But my question is watching golf on TV like the Super Bowl of golf, or is it like watching flies fuck?
It's like watching flies fuck.
Because it is just boring,
you know what I mean?
as shit to me. I don't understand it. And you know what? You can hate me for it, but I don't get it.
Have you perfected the golf clap, though?
There's a difference, though. Like, when you watch golf on TV, I don't get it. When you watch it in person, it's a totally different perspective.
Really?
Like, I would rather play a golf video game than watch it on TV, for sure.
See, I don't really watch golf. I don't play golf either. So that's the thing. Like, I don't play it. So I imagine if you're really good at it, you probably have a better opinion of it. I don't know.
It's like
fun to watch.
It's it's all in the hips.
I guess so. I don't know.
Oh my god. So speaking of, okay, so I personally would rather watch a tree die than watch golf on TV. However, D-Rock was just referencing Happy Gilmore, which we all know is a Happy Madison production. Speaking of that, have you guys seen that new movie on Netflix? It's the newest Happy Madison production. It's called The Wrong Missy. Have you guys seen it?
God, it's so good.
I watched the beginning. I haven't finished it yet. Tonight.
I just came here. I haven't watched the whole thing, but I did see the part where she calls a hand job an upsy downsy.
Upsy downsy. You don't like the upsy downsy on Music Motion?
I plan on using that from now on.
Seeing right now,
how about an upsy downsy tonight?
I think it's really cool.
The amount of one-liners in that movie, like I will deem myself the queen of movie one-liners. The part where I'm not going to spoil it, but this chick runs through her hotel room and it's like a penthouse suite and she's running through it and she's like, I made it. All my teachers can lick my asshole. You can't go. That's so
I think it's really cool because right now too,
who is on
the guy that's like directing these videos for Happy Madison? Tyler Spindle is his name.
Dude. Yeah, he's everywhere right now. He's blind.
Our age, and he's doing such a phenomenal job.
What?
Like,
he's our age?
What a role model. Yeah,
what the fuck have we been doing with our lives?
I know, right?
Hosting a podcast? Oh, God.
Yeah,
so I guess, though, really, I mean, because we kind of chatted a while ago about Happy Madison. We touched on it as far as, like, do they still got it? Does Happy Madison still got it? What do you guys think?
You know what? I mean, like, what other movies have Happy Madison done? Like, did they do? I don't think they did the movie Pixels with Adam Sandler, did they?
That I don't know.
Did they do Grown Ups? I don't know. Dan,
Happy Madison. It's like Grandma's Boy, Billy Madison.
Oh, well, yeah.
More like, all those. But now, so actually,
but those are classics.
They are classics. But The Wrong Missy is the newest Happy Madison production.
I mean, it to me, like, when I watched it, it really felt like they really just like brought their A game. Like, you know what I mean, obviously, like when they make great things that are like classic works of art, when they're like young artists and they're hungry and they're terrified of failing. But then when you get like really successful, some people kind of like I don't think that they did that, but some people can coast on things. But to me, like, it feels like they really like gave it their all. They really put in their effort. Like, it was like do or die.
What I like about Happy Madison is like they're not afraid. Adam Sandler in particular, they're not afraid to fail. Like, if they have a crappy movie, cool. We're on to the next one already.
But name a crappy movie that Happy Madison has done.
The one where.
What do you think?
The one
you
where
would know more than us.
The one where he's like playing like the older ladies and stuff. He kind of tried to do like a what is it, Eddie Murphy deal. I don't really remember what it's called.
I literally have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, okay, so
if you know, leave a comment.
Drop a
comment, or maybe our producer could get off his butt and Google something and let us know.
You know when Eddie Murphy like did the clumps and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Adam Sandler kind of tried to do that, and it was.
Wait, are you talking about Jack and Jill?
Yes.
Oh, that honestly, I never saw it, but everybody said it was like not good.
My girlfriend whose house that I'm at, she's sitting in the background here and she's going, yes, it's Jack and Jill. It's Jack and Jill.
See, we need like let's turn to the judges,
Let's take it to the panel.
Let's take it to the panel. Here we go. What is it?
For all of you guys tuning in right now, if you have not already, be sure and follow Stop, Drop, and Talk. We do this every single Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Next week, our guest is going to be big. We're going to announce that a little bit later in the show. However,
the suspense.
So good. It's so good.
Oh, you have no idea what you're in for. Oh,
so have you guys, speaking of, we're just like on the topic of like random headliners.
Yeah.
Elon Musk, can we just talk about that hot mess for a second? Like, he's a genius. Don't shoot that out your nose, Arden. I think that he's incredibly smart. Like, much respect for the guy until I find out what the fuck he just named his kid. Can anybody pronounce that?
How do you pronounce this name? Hey, I got it right here. It's Gzia13.
Say A13?
Sounds like a name for like one of his satellites or something.
You know what? My guitar player has a Tesla, and he figured out how to make it dance. To make his car dance to a Christmas song.
What the fuck?
If you do like, there's some like weird like little Easter egg, like if you program something in your Tesla, you can make it dance to a Christmas song. So who knows what is going on in this dude's brain? I mean, like, he is completely genius, but he's got to. I mean, if you're like that level of brilliant, like, you have to be a little bit nuts. So I back it. That's all I got to say about that.
I don't like it.
I think it's a great name, Elon.
I don't
Whatever
like
it is.
At all.
You know how I think it's pronounced? I think you pronounce it like this. That's an old. Okay, do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Dude, his name is Elon Musk. He sounds like a cologne, anyways.
Elon Musk.
It sounds like a really terrible perfume name.
Calvin Klein.
Elon Musk.
But we were talking about Dane Cook last week, weren't we?
Oh my God, we were.
Yeah, so you know what? I just have to say, his first album is funny as fuck. I don't care if he stole every joke. I don't care if it's like, did not age well. If you listen to it, it's still funny as fuck, and I will battle anyone on that.
Oh, I totally agree. So I wish
he's not funny anymore. But
Dane Cook came up. We started quoting it, talking about it.
Let's get him on the show.
We need to get him on the show.
He's not doing anything, right?
Yeah, what are you doing, Dane Cook? Get on our show.
Yeah, okay? Dan, get a hold of Dane Cook.
We're just talking to our producer. Can you get that? Can you get him on the show? Okay. Did you guys see his first special?
Yeah, there he is. There he goes. Okay, never mind. Yeah, get out of here. We're trying to keep the viewers, keep the pretty people on the camera.
Yeah, and also
I better get off then. Jesus.
We better not be losing people. We got all kinds of good.
I didn't want to say it.
And coming up here in about 15 minutes, we've got Sully Erna of Godsmack. So you guys are gonna want to stick around for sure. But back to the Dane Cook thing. If you guys have not seen his old Comedy Central stand-up special, he comes out in a wife beater, right? And there's a drum kit in the back.
I'm on the drum.
I'm on the drum. On the bass drum is his name. He lays down on the stage and he's like,
you guys, you know what? I mean, so Johnny kind of brought it up, but he didn't touch on it too much. He had a really hard time. He lost like both of his parents within, I think it was like 2 months.
Dane Cook, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't know this.
Years ago he did.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, Google that. I don't know if it's 2 months. Don't quote me on that, but it's a really small time period, and he lost.
That's tragic. You know who's another comedian that actually we lost way too soon? Any guys ever heard of Mitch Hedberg?
Yes.
You know, he's like the super stoner kind of comedian dude, but he, I think he died from drugs, I think, or something like that.
All the good ones go from drugs. It's crazy.
I know it, and it's crazy. But you know what? This is why I'm so glad that May is Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yes,
because,
it is.
I mean, who knows what kind of demons he had inside, and he's no longer with us. You know, had he gotten the proper help, who knows? I mean, not to get too serious right now. We'll save this for later in the show because Sully's got the Scars Foundation, which we're really going to touch on. But I just think that's another important, really good reminder of someone who's so brilliantly, hilariously genius, but gone too soon. You know, who knows why?
Well, there's a ton of them, and you've got like your Chris Farley and Jim Belushi and like all that. You know, but here's the thing, or John Belushi.
Yeah, John Belushi. Yeah.
Oh, I was like, oh god, I just said the wrong name.
Well, what was it like? So Chris Farley, John Belushi, and Jesus Christ all died at the age of 27.
Yeah, and
didn't died at 33.
Maybe
You
yeah,
were
maybe
not
it
part of
was.
the 27
Whatever. They were the
club. Are
same
you
age.
kidding me? You're
I
thinking
was
of
thinking of Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, who
you're
knows?
thinking
I
of
mean,
31.
Jesus was another
Amy
one.
Winehouse, Janis Joplin. That's all the 27 Club.
And Jesus. He was another,
No,
like, he had a
Jesus
lot of
is
really good
great.
ideas.
Oh my God! Somebody come get these co-hosts. I can't. He just died at 33. You guys are nuts. This is
We
crazy.
have no idea what we're talking about.
Speaking of it being Mental Health Awareness Month, you guys, that's why we're here doing this every week for you guys, bringing in all these guests, giving you guys something to look forward to every week. We understand that, while everyone's going through this COVID stuff, we're all trying to navigate a new normal. And that's why we all came together and we were like, you know what? We need to do this for our mental health. Hopefully it helps other people as well. It gives us purpose in these trying times, which really they are. So hopefully you guys are enjoying listening as much as we're enjoying much as doing this.
You're right. I mean, even though the country's opening up slowly, like it's still, it's probably still going to be a long time before we have any kind of live entertainment.
Well, what do you guys think about,
like,
honestly, though, what do you think about all of the states? Apparently, that's like the big headline today is that all of the states are opening up. Well, what's it like where you are, RJ?
It's pretty laid back. I mean, it is Tennessee, so I don't know, but I mean, you know what I see in that? Well, at least where I live on the east side of Nashville is like a little mini kind of LA. It's like a mini Austin. It's like a little kind of hipster, bubble in a very rural state. And even though like a lot of stores are opening, like today we went to the Home Depot. Hey, aren't we crazy? Whoa, fucking, we're not getting old at all. But still, everyone's wearing masks. Everyone's being very respectful. Everyone's social distancing. They all got signs up, and I mean, it's probably not the biggest effort, but still, at least they're doing something.
Yeah, true.
Oh,
By
you're
the way,
muted. You're muted, Eva.
It's really funny when you hear.
Hey, welcome back. There, Eva Steele, everybody. Sorry, go ahead, Ricky Rock.
When you call RJ and he's like, what's going on, man? How's it going? I'm like, oh, I'm good. How are you? Oh, I'm just at Home Depot. It's pretty weird to fucking hear that.
Like, what?
I took my dog
really
Oreo.
To hear that.
I took my dog Oreo to the Home Depot today, and he sniffed on every plant in the garden department. But you know what? I call it parallel parking. Once he like puts his body like alongside of anything in the store, I know that leg is coming up. And he's got this dog. I'll take him around the block. He will pee on every mailbox, on every pole. It doesn't matter where. He will scent mark everything, and he was this close to doing that in the Home Depot, and I think they have like a you pee on it, you buy it policy. So
oh god.
Yeah.
Well, and like one thing that I noticed, like I sent for those listeners, I sent my co-host my gym opened up, and it's a small gym luckily, but I sent my co-host pictures or videos of like I was like, fuck yeah, I'm at the gym, and RJ's like, what, your gym is open?
Yeah.
So like everything's opening up at like different times, and it's kind of crazy to watch how this is all kind of unfolding.
See, I worry about the gym, though, because that's already a filthy place. And trust me, I miss the gym, too. I love going to the gym every single morning. But, I'm constantly like washing and sterilizing my hands when I'm in there because you're touching equipment that everyone touches. And it's disgusting anyway. And, of course, you got the old man balls that are... I mean, I can't start my day without seeing some old man balls. But
was that the sound that just went boing?
Yeah. That's the sound of old man balls,
Unfortunately, too, like right now,
I see that I'm like... Sorry, go ahead, B-Rock.
as we get into the summer months, people are not going to stay inside. They're going to do whatever they want.
Yeah.
You can still kind of stay safe, but I mean, people are going to hike. They're going to go boating.
But here's the thing. They're not saying there's anything wrong with being outside. It's opening businesses and opening, like RJ was concerned about gyms. Like it's opening all these different things. It's not being outside. It's not hiking. It's not golfing. If you take your own stuff and your hand sanitizer and your blah, 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 all that shit. They're more worried about people convening too many inside a building. The gym that I go to, we are now making appointments. I have a personal trainer. I was the only person in the gym, and we sanitized everything when I was finished, before and when I was finished. So I'm not too worried about it at my gym. Now, if I went to like a Gold's gym that was like ginormous, I'd be a little concerned.
Yeah, I agree. Like if it's, if you like your hair salon, if you can like schedule it out where like you only have a small amount of people at a time. Honestly, I loved it when stores were only letting so many people in the store. Because, even though you had to wait outside a little bit, to get in the store, there were no lines at checkout. It was awesome. It was like I'll totally take the line outside over the line at checkout, So I hope that everyone's still being safe and still, being mindful, even though everything's opening up. Like, we still don't know what's going to happen with this thing. So just, take care of yourselves and think about everyone around you,
All right.
So that being said,
it's time for our super fun segment of the week.
Ooh,
and
what is it?
normally we do RJ's weekly rants, but we're going to switch it up this week.
Oh,
we're going to have B ranks from B Rock ranking worst to best.
A 5 and a 4 and a 3, 2, 1. Come on, B-Rock, let's have some fun.
B-Ranks with B-Rock.
B ranks with B Rock. I like it. Fire it up,
All
Brock.
right, guys. This week I'm going to do 5 to 1, and it's going to be breakfast cereals. Okay.
Ooh.
So 5 and 4 are going to be kind of the shitty ones that I don't like. 3 is going to be in the middle.
Gotcha.
And 2 and 1 are going to be my favorite.
I'm excited.
So
Okay, bring it on.
Let's do this. All right, number 5. Oreo O's.
Ooh.
They're complete trash, dude. They taste like shit.
What?
I think there's a reason they look like a butthole, because they taste like ass. Do not buy these for your kids, folks. Okay? Don't do it.
Oh, God. Really?
I love that he throws his card.
He's a natural.
All right. Hey, come on. All right, number 4. Captain Crunch. I'm not saying it tastes bad. Like, it doesn't taste bad, but anytime you eat these, it's like a fucking razor blade in your mouth, dude. It tears up the top of your mouth, and if you were a kid like me and you drink Sunny D, you're fucked. It hurts so bad.
All right, I'll let you get through it.
Hang on, we're gonna hang on to that.
We'll open it up.
The berries also, false advertisement, taste nothing like berries. Absolutely nothing. And, they're kind of like dating a hot girl that beats you. You just are barely winning.
All right. I get that.
Halfway point, Raisin Bran. Number 3, yeah. Some of us call it Raisin Bland, right? But as you're a kid, you start to notice that you can transform this to whatever the hell you want. When your parents look away, pour some sugar in there. You got a totally different ball game right there, right? You get your fiber and your sugar.
Pour some sugar on it.
All right, we're getting into the good shit here.
All right.
Number 2, Fruity Pebbles.
Oh.
Delicious little Flintstone treats, as I like to call them. Okay? You have to eat a bunch to get full. But you know what you also get with Fruity Pebbles? Fruity Pebbles Rice Krispie treats. They're amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Fight me about it. Number 1, this is not an opinion.
Here we go.
It's not an opinion, it's a fact. Okay, you can eBay it, Google it, whatever you want. I don't know if you can eBay it, but whatever. Reese's Puffs. By far the best cereal. Get those little balls in my mouth. I know that sounds bad, but you know what? I don't even give a shit about that. They're so awesome. So that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is my B ranks for the week.
That was B-Rock's worst to best. Can't wait to see what he thinks of next.
So you know what? Drop your comments down below. Whatever you think about that. Stop, Drop, and Talk podcast. What do you guys have to comment about that?
I don't know. I gotta say, Oreo O's. I think they're delicious. Come on, they're Oreos for breakfast. So what if they kind of look like buttholes? Maybe I'm into butt stuff. I don't know.
It's not what they look like. It's what they taste like. They taste like shit.
I'd rather have you guys look. I'm like, I found a kitten.
Oh my god.
I'm like, that's
Ooh. What about your cereal, Eva?
My cereal? Okay, for one, Oreos are fucking buttholes. I would rather have mini Oreos in milk. I'm not wrong. Also, Captain Crunch shreds the roof of your mouth, which is absolutely fucking insane. And also, can I comment on who the fuck drinks Sunny D when they're eating Captain Crunch?
Me when I was younger.
Dude, you know what? That's a really great combination.
We're like 10.
You're drinking like Sunny D with your milk. Isn't that gonna like curdle
of
up
course,
in your
yeah.
stomach? I don't know.
Or Tang. It's like a Tang. It's a kick in the glass.
It's a kick in the glass. I gotta say though, dude, like, okay, I get it. Captain Crunch, just the plain old original Captain Crunch is a boring as shit cereal. Like it's just those little like square things. They're awful. But the Crunch Berries are amazing.
Oh my god!
Come on,
you guys! I gotta.
Tastes like berries. What do you think? Fruit Loops taste like fruit? You think like Fruity Pebbles? I mean, like they're all different colors, but they're
don't you even talk shit about Fruity
artificial fruit.
Are we fighting? Or is this our first on-air fight?
We're breaking up.
I will end you both. I will end you.
I'm gonna walk.
Can we talk about Reese's Puffs though? Peanut butter chocolate, great when separate. When it combines, it makes them one time epic.
Ooh, that's pretty good. All right.
You guys, I can't like. This is what happens when you come to your friend's house. They give you a tiny kitten. She's already wearing a collar. Is it a boy?
It's a girl.
It's a girl. What's her name?
Bella.
Bella. Thank you so much to actually she's one of my right-hand girls. So those of you that don't know, I own a metal burlesque dance company called Dirty Sexy Riot. And she's one of my dancers. Her name's Foxy Patel. You can find her on Instagram at Foxy Patel Riot Girl. Check her out. All things lingerie, boobies.
Yeah, I mean, how can you go wrong? It's like Oreo O's, you know. How can you go wrong? What about peanut butter crunch?
Luckily, not all my dancers are located in Rapid City. So I have some in. I have a dancer in Gillette, and he just happens to live here, and she's helping me out. And he's just somebody take that fucking soundboard away from me.
Fuck no, I love that. I love that soundboard.
I can't. I'm going to control the shit out of you, like the whole time.
Where are you again? You're in Gillette, the best anyone can get in Wyoming.
Yes, Gillette, Wyoming.
Literally, as Mr. Direct would say, now you're in like butt fuck nowhere.
Hey, I got a joke for you. What's the difference between South Dakota and Wyoming?
Oh God, here we go. Nothing.
That's the punchline. It's just.
It sounds like a fart. That's what your fart sounds like if you drink too much chocolate milk.
Or have too many Oreo O's. You know?
That look like buttholes.
They look like buttholes, and I guess they taste like them too. But
oh my God.
if you're in buttholes, I mean, I'm not here to kink shame.
No, we're not kink shaming. What are you drinking, RJ?
Well, I've got some leftover champagne from our friends down the street who helped us out. And I've also got some of this Vina Catero. It's a French red wine.
I'll be like the Vanna White of booze.
Yeah, I'll take one of those. Just serve me up one of those.
This one. Do you want this one? This one?
Yeah, I'll take one of those.
So what's your favorite shot? Like if you go like, okay, so
here we go.
We do have some listeners, obviously, that don't drink, and B-Rock doesn't drink. So, you know.
Sometimes.
Yeah. But like, but for those of you that do drink, what is your favorite shot?
You know, I used to really love this shot called a leg spreader. And it's a little bit of a girly shot, but it's really good. I mean, like, well, you know, it's actually, you know, this shot has no gender. It's not gender specific. Anyone can enjoy it. It's delicious. But, you know, I think it goes by a lot of different names, but it's basically Malibu rum, Midori, and pineapple juice. Shaken up, mixed together, and it's, oh my God, it's delicious.
Do you know what that sounds like to me?
What's that?
Diabetes.
What?
Diabetes.
Diabetes, that's right.
Diabetes. That sounds like some diabetes.
Can we get?
I don't know. We used
to
have some shots like back in college, like broken down golf cart, like Scooby snacks, like all these weird ones. And
what's
I'm pretty
the
sure they all taste.
cart?
I don't even know. I mean, that was in college. They all taste the same. Come on.
Is it like it's like all the liquid on a bar mat after a night of working, and you just pour it?
Probably. Yeah, they probably just save it and pour it.
That is hilarious. So,
what more do we have to do but just to drink and watch TV? You know, that's all we can do nowadays.
And snuggle kitties.
And snuggle kitties. Speaking of watching TV, I would like to ask you guys, what have you been binging?
Oh, I hate to even admit this. So, okay, no, I don't hate to admit this. I'm not going to tell you the one I hate to admit. So, I just finished season 2 of Dead to Me. on
Date
Netflix. Yes.
Wait a minute. I've seen that before.
It's
What is
Christina Applegate and
Yeah.
Linda Cardellini.
Wow.
And James Marsden. Okay, so season 1 was a total cliffhanger. Season 2, not much better. My cousin's husband actually is a camera guy on that show, oddly enough.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, super random. I didn't know that till after I started watching it, and I was like talking to her. I was like, "Oh my god, this is like the greatest show ever." She's like, "David is a cameraman on that show." I'm like, "Oh, well, never mind."
Oh my
Have you
God.
guys seen it?
I haven't seen it. No.
Oh, it's
I haven't.
been. I mean, I think I saw like a little bit of it, but I haven't been able to catch up on anything because I've been moving. I started watching Ozark. I've been binging a little bit on Ozark. I'm on like just about on season 3 of that, and that's
I
pretty
love
good.
that, dude. I'm on
You like
season
Ozark?
2 of that.
Yeah, there we go. We got one.
What's that actor's name? I always forget,
Oh,
but he is.
Jason Bateman. Are you fucking serious?
Which is
Dude, he
crazy.
can-
Have you ever seen him in Horrible Bosses?
Yes.
He did.
Yeah, I have.
He is so good with who's God, what's his name?
All right, y'all.
Who's the other actor? The crazy.
I don't know. Who cares? Hey, guess what?
Yeah, we're gonna move on.
We got something good going on right now. So
It's time for Stop, Drop, and Pop in, motherfuckers.
Yes, we just got the word. We got our very special guest ready to go this evening. He's a very good friend of mine. And in fact, this jacket that I'm wearing tonight was a gift from him. We just did, my band, Hailstorm, did a tour with Sully last year, and it was just so amazing, just so incredible. What can I say? He's just become like family to me. Sully, I'm so glad to have you on the show. I'm so stoked also that they are on their 4th #1 song on
That's
this
like
album.
unheard of.
Which is
Holy
like
shit.
On one album.
on this album, which is
Yes.
amazing for a rock band that's like really kind of more and more rare. And they're pioneers for rock and roll, and they're just some of the best people you'll ever meet, and one of the best live bands that you'll ever see too, and also incredible songwriter too. What can I say about him? So I think that we should play a little clip of their most recent single. It's such a cool video. You guys have to watch the whole thing, but let's watch a little clip of Unforgettable. Oh my God, that is
Fuck
so
yeah.
cool.
Sure.
I love it. There he is.
Sully, what's up, man?
Hi, how's it going?
Dude, it's so good to see you, man. How are you doing?
I'm good, you animated Muppet, you. You're so funny.
I learned it all from you.
This is the
You really are.
perfect setting for you to be in, RJ. You're like a talk show host. It's
You know
so
what?
good.
Oh, you're also doing the same thing. You've got your own show that you're doing, your own live stream show.
Yeah, it's called, COVID crazy, being bored out of your mind. So you turn your studio into NBC, like a TV station. Everyone now is like a talk show host.
Well, we've been watching you, and you've been killing it every day. You've got the same thing. You got
Hey,
the
Eva.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, B-Rock?
How's it going, dude? Good to see
It's
you.
all good, man. Sorry, RJ, what were you
Make
saying?
sure you call him B-Rock. He gets really mad if you call him by the other name.
I don't, not really.
I don't even know the other name. What's the other name?
You just take the hyphen out.
Brock.
Brock. Oh,
Who's
Brock.
Brock?
I got it.
But no, you're exactly right, though. Like, we're used to being live entertainers, and now that live music has kind of been taken away from us, we got to adapt. We got to think about
No.
the ways to do it,
Yeah, well, it's just taken on a different form of live music. But I actually am kind of digging it for a second because we're getting to see some of our favorite artists very stripped down and raw. And I think it's actually kind of cool. Now, for sure, that will fade and you're going to get sick of it just like we get sick of everything else. But for a minute, it's kind of cool because, it's not that's all we do is as entertainers is build production, go on tour, lasers and lights and pyro, and entertain. So I think it's kind of nice sometimes to strip it down, and I really think that it kind of unmasks the true musicians, because there's a lot of band that runs track out there, so you won't be seeing them doing many live streams.
That's very true, and that was one of the greatest things I loved about touring with you guys and Monster Truck, was that entire tour was a completely backtrackless tour. Like, we were all just plugging in and playing like a real rock band,
Yeah, no clicks, no tricks. It was just straight up rock and roll.
I think that's why we were able to go on stage with you guys, because you guys actually brought all of us on stage. You guys you definitely brought me on multiple nights to play drums right next to Shannon. And
that was so fun.
You got to let me use your drum set. I know, there's a picture of it right there. Ain't that's cute?
So fun.
It's Shannon. Oh, I love Shannon. And I love you too. It was an honor getting to play your drum set. And I don't know if you recognize my jacket, but this is the jacket that you guys got me.
Yeah.
Really cool. It looks pretty good, right?
We're getting all sentimental up in here on the podcast.
I know.
But I just remember thinking, you guys are going to go. It's you had all the elements, and you're real musicians. You play your instruments. Like, I love all that stuff. I'm a big fan of, vintage retro kind of, vinyl records, and people still plug a cord into an amplifier. Like, I appreciate that. It's the era I came from. So I don't click with the new stuff so much, in a sense of if it's just going to be track, because if that's the case, then you can just stay home and lip sync to your CD player.
You're exactly right. I feel like a lot of modern rock bands, at least for like a good moment there, were like more focused on like big production and more kind of theatrical kind of stuff. And it was so cool to tour with you guys, because you guys actually are like one of the few bands that actually still has a backline on stage. You guys have your amp on stage blasting outward, like really.
The crew would get mad at me too, because at first they're just like, oh, it'll look cool for the aesthetics of it. I'm like, what do you mean aesthetics? We're turning these amps on. And they're like, oh, well, you got to keep it at a really low stage volume. And every time they say that, I'm like, this is going up 3 more clicks now.
That's right.
Because sometimes I enjoy also, as you know, RJ, I mean, when you're jammed up all the time with in-ears, like, you can control your volume, you can save your hearing, and that's all good. But at the same time, when you're in a live rock and roll setting, you need the ambience, you need the audience. And so for me, a lot of times I'll pull one out and tuck it in my shirt, and I want to hear my amp. I want to be able to get feedback. I want to hear the band on stage. I don't want to take my ears out and just hear cymbals. You know what I mean?
Right. You also did something on that tour that I'd never seen you do before. You came out, actually, you had a piano, like a baby grand piano, rise up from the stage, and you jammed on that piano, and that was just like one of the coolest moments of your show.
Thank you. Yeah, I got that from Steven Tyler.
Yeah, good on you. But it was so cool to hear. Dude, this guy was playing Elton John. I mean, you were jamming on so much.
You were creeping on our sound checks, RJ.
Oh, dude,
you have pressed to do or something?
I had nothing else to do during their sound check. What am I going to do? Go to a meet and greet? I don't think so. Just kidding.
Not anymore.
By the way, where are you at? Where are you all at? Are you all in one place?
No. I'm in Nashville, and you guys go ahead and say.
Well, yeah, we're in Rapid City, South Dakota.
No, normally I'm in Rapid City.
She isn't.
I'm in Gillette, Wyoming this weekend, like completely remote.
Oh wow!
I'm actually camping at Devil's Tower. I drove
very
it out
cool. Wow, really?
Fuck off, RJ. Fuck off.
You know Sturgis, Sully. Like we're all pretty close to there. So.
That's right.
Cool. I got to tell you guys something. So I probably should. Yeah, I don't know if I can talk about this yet, but let me just say, I don't know, because I'm not sure.
Guess I'm big.
I think this is going to really be something that's going to take off if it happens. But let me just say,
let me be the platform that you actually introduced as big.
Let him talk. Come on, let him talk.
I don't know if I can fully say what I'm going to do, but I will say that I may be seeing you guys in the South Dakota area in Wyoming sooner than you think, if this journey that I plan on doing with a lot of motorcycles happens. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. But we're working out some logistics because of, COVID and all this bullshit that's going on. our biggest challenge is really like trying to find the chain of hotels along the way because a lot of them aren't open.
Well,
and so
Sully, let me tell you a little something. I'm a production manager and work in hospitality as well for Sturgis. And I do that for part of my living is find routing in hotels.
Okay, cool. Because this is not just Sturgis. This is like coast to coast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm close. Like we're literally, if it's going to happen, we're days away from announcing this thing. So
Nice.
I'll check back with you guys if it's going to go down. And if you want to say something on your show, that would be awesome because the goal is really to raise a lot of money for the Scars Foundation, the veterans, and the frontline workers.
Yes. No, that's awesome. As soon as that's out, like we'll blast it on our show and tell everybody right now where they can get these news updates, like how they can find out about this.
I would imagine if it's going to happen, it's going to be all over our social platforms like Godsmack.com, any of my personal social media stuff, anything that, people normally follow me on. And my social media handles are real simple. It's just my name, Sully Erna.
There you go. Follow Sully Erna.
Look for the check mark. If you don't see the check mark, it's fake.
I'm sure you got some fake ones, yeah.
So speaking of the Scars Foundation, why don't you tell us kind of what's been going on with it lately? Like it's for mental health and depression and like all these different things. Tell us a little bit more about that for our listeners that don't know yet.
Yeah, so I wrote a song a while back called Under Your Scars, and it was one of the singles that came out on this record. And it was the first time the Godsmack kind of ventured into doing a proper ballad style song, like piano-driven ballad. And it was a real gamble for us because we were really nervous about releasing stuff like that on this record, feeling that, our fans have always kind of followed us for the heavy kind of hard rock groove stuff. And this was a real departure in a sense, but we also felt that, well, maybe they'll accept it because we've had songs like Voodoo and Serenity along the way, and we've always done fairly well with those. But this was a real risk. So it was rolling the dice in hopes that we may alienate some, but hopefully we'll, if we lose one and we gain 10, then do the math at the end and that's okay.
Yeah.
So with that being
that song on piano every night, it was great.
Yeah, that one. So with that being said, the song did really well for us, but it also inspired us to have the opportunity to open up our foundation, which is called the Scars Foundation. Yes. And because the song touches upon a topic where it is about acceptance, it's about finding your imperfections, accepting them, and being proud of them, not hiding them, not being embarrassed, showing vulnerability, being comfortable with asking for help, and it's that kind of whole theory. So we, and then of course it's such a long story, but I'll just trim it back. It also has to do with me losing several friends to suicide over the years. I've had a few of my friends take their life, and then of course about the artists that we lose that a lot of us are friends with. Oh. And I just got to the point where I felt like suicide was really becoming this thing. It was way too frequent for me. Yeah. And so it all came together one day. I'm like, wow, this song really carries the flag for hey, let's not hide this stuff, but kind of wave your scars loudly and proudly. Right. As your battle wounds for life, and that kind of thing. So the Scars Foundation focuses on, I think we might be one of the only nonprofits that deals with multiple categories. Most nonprofits are just they target one issue, whether it's AIDS or cancer or whatever. Scars, we try to think of everything, since severe depression is probably what funnels most people towards suicide tendencies. What else would funnel people into severe depression? So we targeted bullying, PTSD, all the elements that go along with that kind of thing. Right. So, and that's what the Scars Foundation is. We try to raise money on a global level to give the experts, some padding to do their jobs better, do their research deeper, and also create a community at the Scars Foundation website, so people can come there and listen to other people talk about their life journeys and obstacles and challenges, in hopes that maybe it inspires them to release and talk about theirs. Because once you do that, once it comes out of the body, then you immediately feel relief. from anxiety and trauma and things like that. So that, in a nutshell, is kind of what we focus on at the Scars Foundation.
Yeah, I think it's so great that you're being a champion for that, so people can say like, wow, like Sully Erna is this huge mega rock star, but you know he's got problems. I'm very open about my issues. I was diagnosed with depression, not so much that I need medication for it, but I do need to do certain things to help me get through the day. And for me, having a creative outlet is a big one, and I'm sure it's the same thing with you with songwriting and performing and music.
So
and people just need to. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Have you seen like an increase in activity on your website since we're all at home and people are, there's alcoholism, drug addiction, depression, anxiety, all this stuff. Have you seen an increase on your thread through that? Like people interacting with each other?
Like reaching out?
Yeah, and for sure. And so one of the first episodes that I did, I think it was for episode 1 or 2, we brought on a experienced licensed therapist, and he generously donated 5 days a week for 2 hours a day to help anybody who signed up on the Scars Foundation Facebook page, which is where most of them kind of
so cool.
Gather up and they just kind of talk amongst themselves. Like all the fans share their stories and help each other. And I see it a lot, even, on Thursdays when I do hometown sessions, I try to somehow connect it, even if it's like a celebrity friend. Like I had Brent Smith from Shinedown.
I love Brent.
He's sober and went through his story and all that. So even if it's like a guest like that, I try to connect it Thursdays to more of the Scars Foundation stuff and helping people in that way. And then Tuesdays more of like man cave, have fun with your friends and
that's
goof
cool.
off kind of thing. But anyways, so this guy actually donated 5 days a week. He's still doing it 2 hours a day for anybody to do privates or group sessions. He does them online. So it's to answer your question, it's driving a lot of people to that, and word is spreading little by little. We're still small, we just started a year ago, so it's growing, but it's it takes time.
Yeah, no, that's amazing, man. I think that's cool that you had Brent on, because I think that's definitely a big part of it is and I see it a lot in our world because it's so readily available. It's there, it's for free, it's in your dressing room every single day. It's really easy to go down that slippery slope of substance abuse, of like falling into alcohol abuse. And I saw a really amazing
women.
Oh yeah. Well, that's a big one, of course. But I saw
one.
I saw the video that you did for Shannon.
Oh, with the car?
Yeah, you got him a car.
Yeah.
And how many years has he been completely?
That was kick-ass.
He's going on 5, but that went deeper than that. We had talked over the years about favorite cars and things like that, and I remember he always told me about this one car that he had that he just wished he didn't have to sell when he ran into some financial struggles. So the timing was right, and he went through a hell of a year, and I wasn't, I was trying to think of something cool to get him for Christmas. He always hooks me up with something cool for Christmas. And it was like, when it crossed my mind, I'm like, that's the perfect thing, especially for right now. Cause he really did, have a hell of a year. And I thought for sure he was going to relapse, but
good for him, man.
Super thoughtful and like super awesome of you. And a lot of us, like we've talked about, like there's so many people that are struggling with mental health and all of these different things. So hometown sessions has got to be kind of a creative outlet for you, right?
Yes.
So that's your creative outlet. Now, where do you think music is going to go within the next year with all this COVID bullshit?
Well, see, I don't know which side you guys are on. I'm trying to discipline myself more and more lately about not taking a side on the political end of this, because really you can go down one rabbit hole or the other and find yourself in just this a conspiracy theory either way, right? So
right.
For me, I'm just trying to go, like, I know what I believe and I see what I see, and what I'm basing my theories on are just the facts and the science of this thing. And my gut tells me, and I've even talked to another thing that luckily, people like us have that are artists and are always traveling on the road, like RJ and Lizzie and everybody, is we have a world of people around us, including really high-end professional doctors, because the show must go on. So when we get sick, we need to get repaired quickly, or a week or two of shows go down, and then crews don't get paid, and it creates a mess. So, but I've leaned on some of those experts, and my general physician is the same guy who does like the Boston Celtics and the Patriots and those guys. So he's up there. That's someone I really respect over time, and his take as well on this is kind of like, look, it's a mess. It's definitely a political weapon as well, because there's just that whole thing going on. But
everything can be a political weapon.
It's almost genius in a sense. He goes, little deadlier than the flu, spreads like wildfire, but it's going to go away. So with that, I really feel that music everyone's going to be okay again. There's just going to be this learning curve. I think there's going to be a small rehabilitation period where everything will open eventually, and then there's going to be that shell shock of like, I probably don't want to jam myself in a concert right now or a sporting event, and people aren't going to want to get too close yet. And then there's the other side of the people that are going to be like, well, I've been hit pretty hard, so maybe I should replenish my savings account before I go and spend $100 on a concert ticket.
Right.
So I think it's going to be a little bit. Even Dana White came on recently on the news, if you hadn't seen that. And he was talking about the UFC and all that. He's like, it's going to be a little while before people are going to be coming and smushed up in the chairs next to each other. But I do think, like SARS and the swine flu and the Spanish flu and everything else that's hit us, if history has taught us anything, we're resilient. We're the strongest country in the world. We'll get past this and we'll be okay again. I just think that they have to figure out this part of allowing people to start ramping the economy up in a safe way, in a responsible way, and protect the vulnerable, isolate them. Those people should watch it from the sideline, but don't shoot down the people that can help us not fall into a Great Depression. And maybe there's a happy medium here, and we can put the political bullshit aside for a minute, and they can fight about politics after the fucking virus is gone.
So you've done a lot of touring and a lot of writing, and there's a lot of music and a lot of everything that goes into what you do. I heard a little rumor that your song Crying Like a Bitch might have something to do with one of our co-hosts here.
Hold, please.
Oh, we lost him. Oh, man.
Let's get into it.
Why? You want me to open up that can of worms again for what? You guys are the one that are going to fight. I'm going to tell it. I'll be the one in the ring wrapping my hands, getting ready to throw,
I'm gonna tell my side, because when I met you, I was like 19 and I was that little fucker following you around with a camera. And Skylar was like 5 at that time.
Oh, right, dude. Funny. I remember that. Catulo mentioned this the other day, and then I didn't put 2 and 2 together, but now I remember.
See, I got the shirt on right now too. I mean, you made us shirts. Can we show that?
Yeah.
Show it. Let's see it.
You made us like a Crew Fest, crew this on the back.
Yeah.
I was like 19 when I met you, and I remember you gave me the shirt, and you were like, "Roll it up, dude. Show those guns." I'm gonna tell my side of the story, and then however comfortable you are with you, tell your side. But all of a sudden, like I was filming you from the pit, and you were on fire that night, dude. Like, not that you're not on fire most nights, but you.
What? You got too close to the pyro?
No.
It was a marshmallow.
He was bringing it, dude. He was like totally fucking fire, like I said. And then all of a sudden I get grabbed by the neck by Leo, Motley Crue's security guard. And he drags me out of the mosh pit. And TC immediately, I don't know if he still tours with you, but he was mad about it, and then you saw it.
It was just one thing after the other that they were just never satisfied with, and moaned and groaned about everything. And honestly, I don't even want to get into it, because I've made my peace with that whole thing, man. And I really don't. I've learned to just kind of eliminate the people that create drama. But I was definitely.
Yeah.
It may have been the most mad I've ever been on tour ever, because I was ready to
I can verify that without a doubt.
If
Tula made us ask that
I
question.
can verify that. That was
You made
definitely-
us do it, Sully.
I actually
You
forgot
made it.
you were there, Dan. I forgot that you guys were filming on that tour when we were doing it.
Oh
you know
my
what though?
God.
If Sully Erna, if
Do we
Sully
have it
Erna
on-
has your
Do we have it on camera?
As your-
The actual the explosion at the end in upstate New York. We have it.
No,
Let's
no,
roll that footage.
No, what happened is when you summoned us to the catering area and I walked in, I had my camera, I started filming, and then that's when Alan Kovac and Leo, everybody told me to shut the camera off. But we have a lot of film of that. We have a lot of those issues. So,
Yeah, I listen, guys. I get it. Entertaining talk show. You want to dig up the dirt. But listen, man.
It wasn't dirt. It showed
Yeah,
it.
right?
It was all Dan's fault.
It's not my fault. I'm a
I'm
good
just
boy.
not going to go down that road because it doesn't lead anywhere. That's the thing.
No.
Like, it doesn't lead anywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
We can
That's
switch
true.
topics really fast.
I
Sorry, kid.
tried to resolve that. I wrapped up. I was ready to go, and no one came there. It was just it's a dead road.
All right, moving on.
Big mouths, no action. That's
Moving
all.
Abort.
So something that a lot of us are super pissed about, and we kind of hear that you may be on our side of the fence with this, is
Uh-oh.
them getting rid of the rock category at the Grammys. Like, I don't
Oh.
understand why in the fuck rock music is it's such a fucking entire
don't get me
world on
started.
its own. I
Yeah.
can't even believe they would get rid of that. Like, why?
That's what we've been. Listen, I'm on a mission with that one for sure. And I really think this is a very important time for all of the who's in rock to come together and just have a voice with it and make sure the voice is heard. And honestly, Eva, that's one of the main reasons that drove me to want to do a video like we did with the kids, because I don't care if I win a Grammy. I just don't. I mean, if I won a Grammy, it would be amazing. It's nice to know that the industry acknowledges the entire industry, right? So that's what they're supposed to be, the elite award show for musicians.
Right.
Just like the Oscars are for actors.
Right.
And so it was that at one point. They were very balanced, and we could get a taste of all these different genres. I mean, I remember them talking about bluegrass and jazz and whatever it is. And even if you're not aired, because I get it, whatever the mainstream thing is that's what they're going to air. And pop has dominated for a long time.
Yeah.
But when you eliminate hard rock, you're immediately invalidating everyone from Elvis Presley to the Beatles to the
Right.
Rolling Stones to the Aerosmiths to the Led Zeppelins, as if that music didn't help shape our history in music. It doesn't make any sense.
You're right,
to me.
and I'm
Yeah,
I'm
that makes
actually
sense.
on the Grammy committee out here in Nashville, and these are the kind of arguments that we make. I'm so glad that you said that, because that makes so much sense. But we're out here fighting the good fight with that.
Do you
So
feel like,
what? So go ahead, Ava.
well, do you feel like some of this kind of started, and this is just me thinking out loud, the year that Metallica teamed up with Lady Gaga to do their big number, and Hetfield's mic went out. I am going to go ahead on a limb and say I feel like there might have been some purpose behind that.
Conspiracy?
I'm gonna just, because Lady Gaga is saying that entire thing, and it was like, then it just shifted all the focus back to pop, and it was like that completely defeated the purpose of that entire fucking
Oh,
performance.
I see where you're going. I gotcha.
You see what I'm
I
saying?
don't know, man. I don't think so. I've there's just been too many times where I think we've all been on some kind of set, and what can happen will happen kind of thing. And those things really do happen quite a bit. And it always seems to happen to people in rock. And I think one of the things isn't so much sabotage. I think they're just not equipped anymore to really do live production.
They don't have that backline like Godsmack.
Well, they just don't have I think they're so used to so many pop bands just running track now,
exactly, yeah. And lip
that
syncing.
they just they probably freak out when they got to wire a bunch of things because, oh my God, the guy's really gonna fucking sing, really?
No, you're
Yeah,
exactly right.
that's
And every time we've either been to the Grammys or seen the Grammys, it's always the rock bands that end up like kind of not sounding as good. And it's probably just because they're not fully equipped. That's not their main priority.
Every time we've had to do a TV show, I always went into the booth I'm very proactive with everything. I don't trust anyone to do something that they normally don't do. And when it comes to TV, live sporting events and all that stuff, they're not wired in that way to put on live concerts. And they certainly don't ever make you sound like you would like the audience to hear you sound and represent your sound. So I go into the booth with my sound man and I'll kind of just give it a listen and make sure, because you know that even when you do the Jay Leno's and all that stuff back in the day, you know, when you watch the broadcast, there's always that dry and then the vocals really above everyone and you're like, it sounds so weird. I hate it. So,
so I gotta ask you, Sully, just to throw it up a little bit. I see a Brady jersey behind you.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a lot of jerseys behind me.
So, of course, there is some Boston stuff. Of course,
I've been building my collection.
No Bruins.
How do you feel about Tom Brady being traded? And
hey,
sports
man,
otherwise, like, how are you doing?
I'm good. You know, who gave him the fucking sound effects, by the way?
He gave himself the fucking sound effects, and we
Of course he did.
Right? No kidding.
It's a good thing they don't live here. They would come over here and like just cut this cord.
100%.
Play me your best horn right now.
Oh, my best
Your
one?
best one. The best
Let me see.
one.
Do I got a good one? Well, here's a good one.
It sounds like a fart.
That's a pretty good one. Or there's this one.
No, that's a cow. That's not
just,
a horn.
No, that's just the sound of South Dakota.
Motherfucker.
No, but you know, I'm good with Brady, man, because listen, I had the honor of watching this guy play for almost 20 years and watched him win 6 Super Bowls and go to 9.
And you wrote a song.
What's that?
I wrote a song. You wrote a song for the Patriots.
No. That was we did a licensing deal with the NFL to show all the.
Okay.
Man, are we a professional show or what?
The music video was the Patriots. Is the only right?
It was all the NFL.
My bad.
It might have been a little Patriots heavy because I edited it, but it's all the NFL.
Misinformation? You can blame Dan Catullo for that misinformation.
Thanks, Dan.
Everybody always blames me. No.
Blame the producer.
What you got to say about it? Well, I mean, just about sports. Like, what are you doing? How do you feel about it?
Oh, I'm good, man. Like I said, you know, I'm a big fan of sports, right? So I like to think I can't say that I'm not one of the Boston assholes because I know that I am at times.
You're called massholes.
Yeah, when it comes to sports, I like to think of myself as one of the nicer guys because when we lose, I'll be the dude that shakes the other team's hand, right? But a lot of my friends, they're like, "Oh, fuck them, they suck," and I'm like, "Well, they just whooped our ass. They suck anyways." Like that's mainly the Boston attitude, right? Everyone's very proud of their sports teams. So with Brady leaving, I'm cool, man, because again, we've had him for a long time. We got to see the best of him, and I have no regrets. The only thing I regret is giving Garoppolo to San Francisco because now we don't have a good quarterback to back us up.
No,
you are not wrong. So speaking of Boston, Sully, you shot Unforgettable in Boston, right?
Yeah.
It was in actually Manchester, New Hampshire. It was
Dan Catullo.
Close
right over over the Mass line, 45 minutes from Boston.
Strike 2.
I'm 0 for 2. Thanks to Dan. Thanks a lot, Dan.
No, dude, that video.
Don't blame Dan.
Wait a minute. There's nowhere on anything I told you guys they filmed it in Boston.
Are you shitting me? It's in the notes right here.
Oh, here he comes.
Sully, do you mind? We're gonna. Oh shit! Oh shit! Fight!
No. All right.
We're breaking up the band.
So anyway, the video.
Part of it is that I don't return his emails, so when he's asking me questions, I just go fuck him.
Oh,
Just ask me the question.
He just
we
makes
have
shit
Dan.
up. So he just makes shit up and emails it to all of us, and he's like, "Land on your ass, bitches."
That's why he's so
Shocker.
successful.
Yeah.
Shocker.
But aside from that,
what is happening here? How did this turn into like a bass sketch on me? Everybody go the other way.
hashtag everybody hates Dan.
Yeah, of course.
No, I want to talk about this video. This video is amazing. How did you get all these kids to do that? Like that's just it almost
shit. Holy cow.
dude, they nailed that drum fill, that crazy Shannon drum fill. Like they nailed that. How did you get all of them to do that?
I wish I could have sent you guys some of the outtakes in preparation to get that right. And that one of the drum fills that you're probably talking about, when I tell you, I had these kids rehearsing this thing, looping it over and over and over again, because there's this one cool little drum fill that Shannon does. And I'm like, shit, if we're going to take them from this part of the song to the end, this is going to be the big finale. That drum fill happens. And I'm like, if it's not in sync, it's going to look like a train wreck. So
it looks so good.
It took a while, but these kids came from all over New England, and they really did their homework. They learned the song note for note, crash for crash, and it was really, really epic and fun to watch.
Dude, they're so
them do that, because I really wanted this video to be very little about Godsmack and everything about the kids.
How long did
Speaking of the Grammys, by the way, speaking of the Grammys that we got off of that subject that we need to get back on.
Oh,
that is what I was getting to earlier, which is I want these kids to have a voice. I want the Grammy committee. I want the industry to hear it from the generations coming up, how important music is to them in general. Like what music really means to them and how important even rock music is to them. So you don't have to take it from us. You know, if it comes from us only, it's going to feel selfish and crybaby-ish and, oh, you know, poor us or whatever. But it's not that. Like, this music is historical and it's helped shape our history, and you cannot just invalidate it like that. So that was a big message, you know, that I wanted to try to send.
I think that's really incredible that you've involved the kids so much like that. That's what really made the video special, for sure. For us watching it, speaking of children.
Oh, well, real quick before we go to that, I just want to say, I think that you did such a great thing to help promote keeping music in school too, because I think that's a huge message for that, because that all ties into mental health. It all ties into depression, everything going on with the Scars Foundation. I mean, for me as a kid, as a crazy kid, you know, dealing with his own demons and battles, if it wasn't for music and it wasn't for like learning how to make, you know, to hone a skill, to make something so creative and so beautiful, to take your bad feelings and channel it into something productive and creative and constructive, that gives you so much confidence as a young person to accomplish anything in life, to go for whatever your dreams are, just by having the dedication to learn something like music. So thank you for doing that and for saving music in schools too.
Sully, thanks so much when you gave that conversation, when you were like, you know, I'm gonna teach you how it feels to play music together and how powerful it is.
Yes.
That was amazing right there.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's about. It's about understanding and helping these schools and the Grammys and whoever else that we're addressing that wants to just eliminate these things, but yet lean on them in times like this, when we're in times of war and tragedy. And what do people do? They lean on music. How crazy was your fucking TikToks going off with everybody like singing songs and dancing and choreographing their moves, and like, you're just like, okay, so music's that important when you need it, but yet when the world is normal and everything's spinning normally, you're just going to like clear things out because you need to save money on a budget, or there's too many categories. Like, if you're going to call yourselves the elite award show for the music industry, then you better fucking honor all the genres, whether you air them or whether you don't air them. Don't eliminate them, because especially that one, it's extremely important. But music in general is important. It's the universal language that we all connect to in our own way. It's truly a gift. It's a miracle, and we all know that. And it's an anomaly in itself, but we have to teach these kids that. We have to let them hear music from a different angle, you know, because when you just get in your car and you're banging your head and you got the top down and you go to the beach with your friends, all those moments are really creating the soundtracks to your lives, you know, and you're going to remember that when you are 40 and you hear that song and you go, oh my God, it'll take you back to that time and place when you first heard it. It acts like a time machine. And I don't know anything else on this planet that does that except for maybe scent, right? Where you could smell something, it can bring you right back to go, oh, that's like my grandmother's house.
It's a human reflex Dude,
Yeah.
amen, brother. Amen.
Thank you so much for all that you're doing for music.
So
we really
great,
appreciate
man.
it. And we're
Thank you.
getting ready to wrap up, but we're not quite ready to let go of you yet.
Uh-oh.
We want to keep you for this next little segment here.
Uh-oh. What do we do?
Do it.
What's it called? It's time for
Stop Drop Shenanigans.
Stop, drop, shenanigans. Stop, drop, shenanigans. You'll never get me gold.
Also,
I hate that song.
Recorded by RJ Hale.
No,
Okay.
I don't take credit.
So, Sully, do you have your phone next to you, close to you?
I don't. You need me to get it?
Yes.
Hold, please.
He'll be right back.
please.
Hey, while we're holding, let's listen to that song again.
Stop, drop, shenanigans. Stop, drop, shenanigans. You'll never get me gold. Stop, drop, shenanigans. You'll never get me gold.
Dude, he's got some really cool fucking
You'll never get me gold.
Agents, like when you do row your
man.
boat.
Having a little too much fun with the soundboard over here.
You guys are going to be stoked about this next one. He doesn't have a choice, poor guy. He's going to play along, and it's going to be so exciting.
Oh my God, you have no idea what he's in for. He's
All
going to
right.
come back with no
All right.
pants on. He's
Did you
naked.
Did you get your text from Dan, Sully?
Yeah.
So, our Stop Drop Shenanigans segment is
Oh my god.
Rock God reading nursery rhymes.
Yes! Will you please read a clip, just a segment of this nursery rhyme? Because we want to hear this gentle little story read by your voice.
It's called Goodnight Moon. If you have children, make sure you tune in or make sure you show it to them.
If you really want to scare
Sully,
them.
take it away.
Okay. So I guess I just got to read something real quick here because I'm not sure if this first part. Dan, am I reading the very first part, like the top in the
Yes.
great green room?
Yeah,
Is that
we
part of
read
it, or
yes.
are you giving me notes here? Okay.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Okay, kiddies. Let's snuggle up here.
Oh, yay.
Get your blankies.
Oh my God. This is gold.
In the great green room, there was a if this sets me up in any way, Dan, I'm going to kick you right in the fucking forehead. Just so you know. In the great green room, there was a telephone and a red balloon and a picture of the cow jumping over the moon. And there were 3 little bears sitting on chairs and 2 little kittens and a pair of mittens. And a little toy house and a young mouse. And a comb and a brush and a bowl full of mush. And a quiet old lady who was whispering hush. Good night room, good night moon, good night cow jumping over the moon. Good night light in the red balloon. Good night bears, good night chairs, good night kittens, good night mittens. Good night clocks and good night cocks. No, I'm kidding. You gotta keep it family oriented.
Oh my God, I'm crying.
You have the
And
voice
good
of an
night
angel.
mouse. Good night
Congrats,
comb
man.
and
That
good
was
night
great.
brush. Good night nobody. Good night much. Good night nobody. That's funny. And good night to the old lady whispering hush. Good night stars. Good night air. Good night noises everywhere.
And your underwear.
My face hurts. Thank you for being such
Oh
a
my
good sport. That was fucking awesome. We're not
Sully.
setting you up in any way. That
Oh
was
my
just
God.
legit comedy.
Who wrote this?
It's a book called Goodnight Moon. It was either that or the book called Go the Fuck to Sleep. We thought this would be funnier.
Pretty good.
The ultimate Boston tough guy.
Hey, and I gotta tell you, I've co-wrote a couple of children's books with a friend of mine.
Oh my
I swear.
Are you serious?
What are
Yeah.
they?
Can you reveal them?
I don't think I have them on my computer. Hold on, let me just see. I don't think so. They're on like a hard drive, but
What are the
yeah.
titles so people can find them? Can they get them on Amazon?
No, I never released them yet, but I might do something with them. They're actually kind of cool. One's called Daddy Monster, and the other one's called The Great Soiree.
That's so cool.
The Great Soiree is really cool because it's about it goes into the minds, the imagination of children, where they go like, hey, when we go to bed at night, like, are parents really just kind of watching the evening news and all that, or are they like like sledding down ice cream hills and whipped cream.
That is not
what
where
I mean?
I thought you were going to go with that at all. I thought you were going to go in a totally different direction with that.
I want to read this. I mean, like, I don't have kids now, but I'll read them anyway.
Dude, no, sorry. I want to ask you really quick. How old is Skylar? Because last time I saw her, she was like
crazy.
No way.
I know. I feel
last time I saw her, she was like maybe 5.
She's 18 now, going on 19,
Wow.
and she's really in a bummed out place because she was graduating. She's graduating high school this year.
Oh.
So they took away the prom, they took away the graduation. It's all that, So she's just going through it. Yeah, and she's just not happy at all.
Please give her our love when you talk to her, man. She's amazing.
Yeah, she's doing really well, and they're going to figure it out. But I hope that they at least don't take away, the graduation part and somehow give them a prom, whatever. Because you know how it is, man. It's like you just spent 12 years going to school, and this is the fuck off year where you just hang out with your friends and, you don't do a whole lot. You enjoy the company, and it's your last year to say goodbye to everyone before you depart for colleges. And all that got stripped away with COVID too. So
I know. I know so many people that, we see people driving up and down the streets with their cars painted like, I just graduated, hanging out the window with their like hat and their gown, and they can't do any ceremony. They can't do anything. It's so sad, man.
Even the doctors, my doctor was telling me, I did a video for him as well, because all the young doctor grads, they all graduated. There's no ceremony.
Oh God.
Imagine that. That's a lot of years of college, man, to become a doctor.
Yeah.
That's at least 8, right, of college.
At least 8, sure.
And so 12 of school, 8 of that. So 20 years of schooling, and then you don't even get the reward of the thing at the end.
I guess the silver lining in that is that, they get to spend their careers helping people, and there's something to be said about that. However, I do absolutely feel for them that they don't get the recognition that they should get with this graduation. And same with your daughter. And
I know.
I do feel for her. That's awful. That's something that we all got to enjoy, and it feels like those kids were just robbed.
I know. I told them, I'm like, man, I was telling this, I'm just like, it doesn't matter if even the parents can go. Like, even if you don't have anyone there, give it to them. Let them enjoy their friends. Like, let them have that memory, because that's, they're just going to get deprived of that and not even have, what are they going to do high school reunions for? Like, to remember COVID?
I never went to mine.
Well, do you think they'll do like a ceremony?
I never got past freshman year, so.
Hey, same here. I had negative 1 year.
I think you did all right, buddy.
I kept thinking to myself, I know I'm going to play the drums for a living, so why do I got to learn fucking algebra? Not going to happen.
No, I don't use it. I don't use algebra. I own businesses and don't use algebra.
Right. That's my point. So let's cut music out of schools, because music isn't important, but make sure that you stuff trigonometry down their throat.
Exactly.
I really hope that parallelograms come in handy for parallelogram season.
That was a good one.
When is the parallelogram season anyways? Is it in the fall with the
Is it like tax season? Because I feel like I really got fucked out of that one.
I think it grows near the strawberry field or something like that. The pumpkin patch. There's pumpkin patches and then the parallelograms.
They need to be teaching kids taxes. I pay somebody to do mine because I never learned that in school.
That's right.
Sully, thank you so much for joining us on Stop, Drop, and Talk. It was a pleasure having you. And finally, it was nice to meet you. I've heard so much about you in these the last week.
Sully, thank you.
Sully, thank you.
Nice to meet you too, Eva.
Thank you for being here, and thank you for everything you're doing with the music
man.
video,
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for everything you're doing with the Scars Foundation. Thank you for taking your platform and actually using it to help others. Like, there's so many huge artists that could be doing that, and you're actually doing that. You're actually making a difference in this world. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're a legend.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. It was great meeting all of you, especially you, Eva. Brock, I can't believe how much you've grown. You're such a young, handsome man. And Arjun,
I've grown, dude. I've grown like a foot. Come on,
I've grown hair in really weird places.
Thank you so much, Sully. It was nice to meet you.
You're welcome back anytime, man.
Thank you.
Bye, Sully. Sully Erna, everybody. Woo!
So next week coming up, you guys are going to want to tune in. We've got Jacoby Shaddix confirmed. He is from Papa Road. Yeah, he'll be joining us next week here on Stop, Drop, and Talk. We got Sully to read a children's book on a whim. I was terrified he wasn't going to do it. And it was probably the best segment we have ever had on the show.
Oh my God, so funny.
I cannot wait for you guys to see what we try and get Jacoby to do next week.
But before we go, I think we should end this show on a high note. And this week's high note is about May, which is Mental Health Awareness Month. And I couldn't think of anyone better to bring on the show than Sully. What he's doing with the Scars Foundation is amazing. I just want to touch a little bit on what he was talking about. So many people that he knew that took their lives, that lost their lives, that may have been self-medicated and were gone too soon. Like there's a lot of them we don't know exactly why or what the reasons were, but people like Chester Bennington, people like Robin Williams, all these genius talents that are just gone way too soon. So this is the time to reflect on that. And, regardless of whatever the actual reason is, and I think maybe some know more than others, just don't take mental health for granted. These are all lightly. And don't take it lightly. These are creatives that had their creative outlet to get them through everyday life. And I have mine, which is music. But for some people, it takes more than that. And it takes going to a psychologist, psychiatrist, whatever. It's like going to the doctor to get a checkup. It's like your ankle hurts, you go to a doctor. Your brain's confusing you or not working in the way that you want it to, go see a brain doctor. For me, the best thing I ever did was go to a therapist because I went into it with the mentality of like, there should be no shame, no stigma that goes along with it. Just realize that you want to know what's going on with your brain, why you feel certain ways, why you think certain ways. So I just think it's very important to go to someone who understands the brain, who is an expert in that field, and can tell you why you feel certain ways and how to give you the tools to make your life better. Because why would you want to live with it? You'll make your life better. What do you guys think?
Well, and especially when you're when you're doing something like that, you're not the only person that has been through that situation. I've been through different situations with depression, anxiety, and other stuff.
Hey, you and I
you're
both
not the only one.
We went through the time where we were like, kicking back the cocktails a little too much. And for me, I had to stop. I had to stop for a while.
Yeah, and when you stop, you feel a lot better. So but you have to ask for help or, someone to kind of come in and communicate with you. So don't ever be afraid of that. There's no embarrassment in that.
And don't be ashamed.
And what a great one-stop shop than the Scars Foundation. Sully, I speak, and this is the God honest truth. Like he's one of the best human beings I've ever got the privilege to meet and to know in my life, and someone that I get the opportunity to call such a great friend.
Yeah, what a great guy.
And his tagline on that is, we're all perfectly or imperfectly perfect or perfectly imperfect.
That's right. We're all imperfectly perfect. I love it. Well, I think that does it. B-Rock and Eva, thank you guys so much. This has been such a great show. It's time to wrap this baby up. As soon as I find the right button, there it is. It's time to wrap this baby up for this week. I want to thank Sully Erna, Dan Catullo, B-Rock, Eva Steele, and everybody else there watching. Make sure you tune in next week right here on
Stop, Drop, and Talk.
Good night, everybody. Have a great weekend. See you next week with Jacoby. Woo!
See you guys.
Stop, Drop, and Talk.